All right. Hello. God, I don't even know how to start this thing. What is up, my fellow gamers? It is Dambino here. If you're looking at this video here, chances are you saw the HBL promo, the Halo Beer League promo. If you haven't seen that and you just randomly stumbled upon that, I highly suggest you go to my channel and check out the HBL promo just so you kind of see what I'm looking to entail with what's going on. But most of you guys probably have come here from the promo. You may have a couple of questions. That's basically all I'm trying to do, is create a little bit of a dialogue and kind of explain what's going on, what the Halo Beer League is, who is it for, any kind of expectations or rules that there might be in play, and then just kind of give like a rough synopsis and overlay of, what I'm envisioning for the HBL. So Halo Beer League, what is it? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. The Halo Beer League, this is not a community of people in which I'm going to ask you to financially participate. I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for people who are trying to go pro. This is a very recreational league. Consider kind of like how you would play a slow pitch softball league. It's for fun. It's for people who played this game growing up, and then they still want to be active in it in some regards, but you're not held down to a specific standard of play. So essentially that's what it is. I wanted to create an opportunity for casual gamers to join a team of 3 other players and just once a week play a 7-game series of different Halo maps and game modes across all Bungie platforms. I really want to bring back that idea of like the casual gamer, the guys that come over to your house because you just bought Halo 3, they sat on your couch and you played split screen for 7 hours at night. No scoping, you're teabagging, you're laughing, you're having fun. That's the kind of level of gameplay I'm looking to have here. I'm not looking for retired professionals. I'm not looking for people who know all the skill jumps, or people who are going to go 27-1 in a Slayer. That might happen. I'm not trying to build a community where someone can come and show off and try to become the next Snipe Down or the next Ogre 2. So high level, once again, it's a recreational league in which you have no financial participation whatsoever. If you can make it, great. If you can't make it, that's all right too. And essentially, I'm just trying to keep the Bungie era games alive. That's all I'm really trying to do here. So who is it for? Halo Beer League, to put it plainly, is for average casual gamers. I cannot stress that enough. This is not for somebody who is looking to go pro. This is not for somebody who is just looking to beat the absolute piss out of people one day a week. That might happen at times. I'm not saying you have to be shit at the game to be in this league. This league is for people who work full-time jobs. They have kids and they don't find a lot of time to play video games anymore, but it's still something that they hold near and dear to their life. I think it would sour the experience for some blue-collar worker who just got off a 60-hour work week to come and want to play a couple games of Halo with his buddies one day a week just to get absolutely dumpstered by 4 of the sweatiest nerds on the planet. I don't think that's fun for either one. If you're looking to beat the piss out of people, there's plenty of bots and multiplayer that you can do that for. This league is for the Bungie era Halo fans more than anyone else. And I do want to take a side note. This is not me dogging on Halo Studios. This is not me thinking that 343 or Halo Studios is a bad company in any way. That's not my intention here either. Actually, respectively, I have played a lot of Halo Infinite, Halo 5, and Halo 4. So, I love Halo. It's, but if you had to put a gun to my head, I would choose the Bungie era Halo games every single day of the week. So I just want to get that out of the way. This is not to badmouth 343 or Halo Studios and what they're doing. I wish them nothing but success because I love this series. And I know you guys too, and it definitely sucks to see the state that the game is in. hopefully they can get the right people there, right the ship, and figure it out. So a rough overview of what I'm looking to accomplish here. Please keep in mind, this is all subject to change. The idea I have in my mind, I think it sounds pretty good, but there's a very real possibility that putting this into practice is going to be far more difficult. And, you know, some people are not going to be able to make games. Some people are going to, you know, think, hey, this is stupid. I don't want to play Halo CE. What if that's what happens? So this is subject to change. But as of right now, the rough overview is pretty simple. So very high level, the Halo Beer League is just going to be 4v4 arena game modes across all Bungie platforms. So at the start of every season, a schedule will be created. Maybe the season goes 8 weeks long, and you just play a round robin. Every week, you're going to play a different team. You'll have 2 team captains. The team captains would essentially be in charge of scheduling when the games are going to be played. Ideally, you know, you would create a group message or a Discord chat and basically say, you know, hey, I can play on Tuesday at 7 p.m. If you guys can do it. And essentially, the idea is just block out 90 minutes, 2 hours of your week, and sit down and play a best of 7. And that's all it really is. Some series are going to take 5 minutes because you're going to get absolutely dumpstered, and some series might go the distance to game 7 and, you know, have a real good run at it. Obviously, like I said, you know, this is for casual gamers and people who work jobs and have kids, and sometimes they can't make it work. I also kind of want to work in each season of having an open bracket or open gaming hours, which essentially means, you know, if a season starts and we're on week 2 and you just joined the league, well, you know, these open hours might be for example, let's say Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. is open hours. And then you can sit in Discord, you can be ready. And then that way, one, if there's 8 guys who want to play between 6 and 8 on Wednesday, you can just play pickup games. But also, if there's an actual league match that needs to happen and maybe one person can't make it, you got to go to your kid's piano recital, whatever that is. Someone else can basically come in, step in for you for that game. That's essentially what I'm thinking is 1 7-game series a week. Depending on how many players will determine the length of a season. You know, if this thing picks up traction and we end up getting, you know, 1,000 guys and gals who want to play Halo in this kind of structure, who's to say we're not going to figure out a new, completely different tournament structure, you know, creating ranking systems and actually doing like divisions and then having, you know, a tournament at the end. But that's essentially a high overview. It's just a round robin once a week, best of 7 series in Halo. Ideally, between games, you know, take 5-10 minute breaks, have a drink, you know, jump in a community Discord, and all 8 of you guys can just sit there and talk, start bragging about that nasty no scope you hit, you know, whatever it is. I cannot stress this enough. I want it to be as casual as possible. Expectations and rules. I cannot express this enough. I want this to be as easy and as casual as possible when it comes to expectations and rules. Essentially, there are 3 categories that come to mind when we're talking about, you know, rules and expectations. There's the expectations for the games, there's the expectations for the community, and then there's an additional level of expectations or responsibilities for the captains. Expectations for games. This one's super simple. The schedule will be released probably on Sunday, and basically you have a week to schedule a 7-game series. All the maps and game modes will be predetermined, so there's literally no thinking involved, and that's it. There's no gentlemen's agreements. We're not banning sword or shotguns or anything like that. If the schedule says Slayer on Pit, you're playing Slayer on Pit, just like that. And that's essentially the expectations and rules for the games. The community, obviously, that's you know, the crux of it. That's where majority of the rules are going to come from, is for the community. Rule number 1, this is a beer league. Obviously, you know, beer is going to be involved. So I do want to make this 21 and over. I'm willing to wager if you prefer the Bungie games over the 343 games, there's a very high likelihood of you being 21 at least. But yeah, we're not here to promote underage drinking. Like I said, this is an opportunity for older gamers to get together and casually play some really fun Halo. You know, have a couple of beers, decompress from a long day at work, things like that. Rule number 2 is don't be a dick. This is supposed to be fun. You know, Halo is a highly competitive game. I completely understand. But we don't have a ranking system. So, you know, you shitting on your teammates or, you know, talking way too much shit and, you know, basically belittling the other team, it's against the policy. Trash talk, totally fine. You know, I don't see anything. There's nothing wrong with trash talk. Being a dick isn't. If you can't tell the difference between being a dick and trash talking, the chances are you are probably being a dick. Another rule I'd like to do is have microphones on. This is supposed to be social. The same thing, you know, if you played pickup basketball or played a beer league softball, you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to be talking to people. You know, we're not locking in. You know, if you don't have a microphone, how are you going to communicate with your team? Chances are no one's really going to want to play with you anyways. So yeah, have a mic, hop in the Discord and, you know, have fun with it. Obviously, no cheating. If you come into a game and cheat, you know, we're just gonna ban you from the league. I don't know why you do that. If you do cheat in Halo, just so you know, your wife's boyfriend called, and it's time for you to go watch her get absolutely railed. So yeah, I guess that's all really the rules as of right now for the community. So once again, you got to be of legal drinking age. You know. Don't be a dick and keep your mics on. Let's have fun with it. You know, this is supposed to be super laid back. And I think that's it for the rules. At least the rules for the community. Last is just another level of rules for captains. So team captains, you do have a couple of responsibilities. Number 1 is scheduling games. Like I said, on Sunday, you'll get the list of maps and game modes that you're supposed to play for the series. It is the captain's job for both teams to reach out to each other and schedule a game in advance. Beating a dead horse here, but we all have jobs. We all have responsibilities. You can't at 5 o'clock on Tuesday say, hey, we're playing at 6, unless everyone can do that. And once again, we'll have the open gaming hours. So if nobody's schedules can align, we'll put those open gaming hours probably Wednesday or Thursday. That way, that'll give you guys an opportunity to communicate from Sunday through Tuesday. And if one person just can't make it work, then you can just schedule it for the open sessions. The only other responsibility that a captain has right now is the captains have to both agree on what the score is. Honesty is the best policy, and it's the only policy when it comes to Halo Beer League. Captains, the only other expectation that you have is being honest. After each game, both the captains are going to have to agree on what the final score is and relay it back to the commissioner after the series is over. I hope this isn't an issue, once again, with this being a recreational league. But if for some reason there's one captain wants to say, you know, oh, we won that game, and the other captain says, no, we won that game. If both of you guys can't agree on who won and who lost, commissioner rules, both teams will forfeit and they will both lose. They will have a loss for that week. If one captain lies, both teams lose. So don't lie, plain and simple. And lastly, this isn't necessarily like a rule or really like an expectation. It's kind of more like an encouragement thing. If you are a streamer, content creator, whatever that may look like, by all means, record your games, record your Discord, do what you want. I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm not trying to say like, oh, Halo Beer League owns all of these games and I own the rights to all this footage. The number one reason I'm doing the Halo Beer League is to make sure that the Halo community does not die. And so part of that community is content creation. So if you are a content creator or a streamer, by all means, you know, record your stuff. I'll create a Discord thing where you can, you know, post videos in the chat. I don't mind doing that. I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm not here to tear anyone down. You know, I'm here to help the Halo community nurture, grow, and at the very least, you know, stay strong. If you get a cool overkill, record it, clip it. Or if you have something super funny happen or a weird glitch that you've never seen happen, send that too. I'm more than happy to, you know, compile videos together and kind of create a little bit of traction that way as well. So in conclusion, if you made it this far in the video, thank you very much. You should hit the subscribe button as well because, one, I'm going to keep doing updates. I'm probably going to post Halo Beer League content myself and Halo content as well. But honestly, if you want to stay updated, you got to get in the Discord. I don't post on social media. I rarely post on YouTube, but I'm going to start trying to do that more. I'm going to try to provide updates on the league, updates on, you know, who's playing and things like that. But yeah, the easiest way to stay in contact with the league is join the Discord. I'll post the link in the description below. And if you do want to, please share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel so that I can grow and help reach more Halo gamers. Because at the end of the day, that's all it's for. I love the Bungie Halo games. I have vivid memories of playing custom games on Saturday nights. I remember the first time that my neighbor brought his 360 over and we played snipers on Valhalla. I remember my first Xbox 360 matchmaking game ever was Rockets on Narrows. Halo holds a very special place in my heart, and I know it holds a place in your heart too. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stayed through this video this long. So in conclusion, I want you, the casual gamer, the parent, the 40-hour worker, the person who just absolutely loves Halo for all that it's worth. I want you to join the community, support the community, and help grow the community. So if it sounds interesting to you, join the Discord below, subscribe to my channel, that way I can reach more Halo gamers, and let's get this thing going, guys. If no one said it to you today, I love you. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.